Have you checked out your 401k or your retirement accounts recently? If you haven't, don't. That's actually expert advice these days. 2022 has done a number on American stock markets, and that has hit retirement accounts too, to the tune of trillions of dollars. A June 30th report from Percy, the public employee retirement system here in Idaho, showed the damage. 9.5% loss of return over last year. Maybe you're thinking of retiring over the next month or so. Here's Joe Paris.
Idahoans looking at their 401k or retirement accounts in recent months likely have something in common. Those accounts are down as of late, and they have been for some time now. Stocks are simply down in recent months. Some Idahoans nearing retirement age are now worried that their account balances are not what they had hoped for. It is a tough reality, but Boise financial expert Dave Petzo says this is not like 2008 or 2009. A memory still fresh for some weary investors.
There's really been nowhere to hide, but this is not like a 2008. We're not down that much. We're not down 50%, and nobody knows if the banking system is solvent. There are lots and lots of worries, and I'm sure we'll talk about those. But what we're really dealing with today are people's fears that there's been nowhere to hide.
For starters, Petzo says there are a variety of issues contributing to poor stock and retirement account performance. Recovery from COVID, war in Europe, supply chain issues among the top few reasons.
We're hearing it from both sides of the aisle. This is not a time where people feel confident. And when they don't feel confident, any losses they're seeing in their portfolio is exaggerated because it doesn't feel like we are coming to a conclusion like, well, don't worry, we have solutions. 3 months from now, 6 months from now, we're going to be okay. That's what's different this time, but every time has a different feel to it.
A KTVB viewer reached out with concerns about their Percy retirement plan. They say that they've lost thousands in their retirement account in recent months and have concerns about affording retirement altogether. Percy, the public employee retirement system here in Idaho, published an investment report on June 30th to cap off the fiscal year. Percy CIO Bob Maynard wrote in the report that 2022 is, quote, the worst start for the calendar year for capital markets since the 1930s. The Percy report indicates what many other retirement accounts show as well, losses in the stock market. Fiscal year to year, Percy reported a 9.5% loss, the fourth worst in Percy's 55-year history. So, if you have Percy or any other retirement account like it, like a 401k, what should you do in general? Petzo says, don't panic.
I know it sounds like putting your head in the sand, but I'll tell you, walking through 2000 through 02 and in 2008 in particular, when people were like, I just can't deal with this, then don't open your statements. And then watching their joy, literally 6 months, 8 months, a year later, when they finally feel the courage to open it up and they cannot believe what a life-changing decision they made. And it really is. People that sold out at the bottom in early 2009 literally changed their life in a bad way. They have so much less money than they would today because they took a temporary loss and made it permanent.
Perspective is huge on this topic. Using Percy as an example, yes, the return from the fiscal year is down, but overall, the account is still up 7.1% over the last 25 years. Petzo says investing is about long-term strategy, not hour to hour like some mobile trading apps have made it seem in recent years. At the end of the day, many 401k and retirement plans are investing in traditionally strong markets that rebound historically.
These really are times for us to take a pause, take a deep breath, and try as you might to not be a human being. Quit being an emotional package wrapped in skin. That's what we are. And when it comes to money, people are super emotional.
And I asked Governor Little's office if he shares concerns about state employees losing thousands in retirement, possibly compromising retirement altogether. The governor sent us this comment, quote, Governor Brad Little understands Idahoans are grappling with the many negative impacts of inflation under President Biden's watch. Idaho is leading the nation to economic prosperity and providing our citizens and business historic tax relief. Brian, you get the idea here. I know it's not the governor's responsibility to, make sure that all the people retiring in Idaho are made whole. He's the governor. He's not in charge of all financial decisions. Right. However,
That's the answer we get, and it kind of pushes to the fact that there is a lot of unknowns right now, and there's not a lot of answers. I know specifically we had a viewer that said they were looking to retire in the very near future after losing thousands of dollars. If you can hold out, that's the expert advice right now. As you heard Petso say, you don't want to cash out and have a permanent loss.
But for those waiting on that short-term result, sorry about that, I guess is best answer right now.
It's tough out there.
All right, thank you very much, Joe.